Alright guys, so after well over 24 hours, it is almost the end of refurbishment day, and this is the end result. You guys ready? Ta-da! Look at this. This is awesome. Check this out, guys. Oh my goodness me. How different does this room look? It's almost like unrecognizable from what it was in the before video. Oh my. Well, let's start from the top and go across, because there are a few things to talk about, obviously, with that whole thing over there. So as we turn left, you're going to notice a bit of a situation. As we turn left, do you remember that wooden table with the phone on it? Now it looks a little bit like this. The reason being is we didn't really get, my uncle didn't really get to finish everything he had noticed, as you will probably notice there. We didn't get to put those pictures up, and over there, we didn't get the wiring fully completed, like the cable management he was trying to do. Basically, my uncle arrived at around 6 or so in the morning, and worked pretty much throughout until 1 the following morning, which is today. He didn't sleep, like, at all. At all, dude. I mean, he was up since, like, if you count before, in the before video, he was up only about a few hours before then. So he'd been up for about 2-3 hours before I did that video. And he's pretty much been awake since until 1 o'clock this morning doing this. Oh my goodness. This whole thing was an all-day job. That, in particular, took the bulk of it. And basically, by the time we'd finished putting the chair up, it was like 1 or half 1 the following morning. And yeah, we didn't really get to do everything, unfortunately. But what he did leave behind is something kind of really either my immediate family that my dad can do. It's nothing really huge. His job is done, he did that. And then he put this unit up. So, his job is done. It's just the odds and ends, like putting the pictures up here and then the cable management here if my dad can handle it or someone can handle it. So yeah, it's pretty much just the tying down of everything rather than anything really that he needed to be here for, like building the PC, for example. His job is done. I mean, he did say he would come around again maybe at some point this year to finish it, but it's not something we desperately need, I think he would appreciate it if, someone like my dad just finished this up. Rather than him having to come around again, because as I said in the previous video, it's a 4-hour drive, or 5 hours, maybe 4 hours at the best, and maybe 6 hours at the worst, drive from Newquay down to here. Like I said, I've made it a bunch of times myself, so yeah, unfortunately we didn't get to really do everything, but it's something that someone else can tie up, and that would be it, pretty much finished. So, like I said, his job is done, you know what I mean? His job is completely done. So, yeah, we'll take you through that. So, yeah, that includes, like, the unarrangement of these boxes, unfortunately. We still need to get rid of these. We still need to get rid of those. We still need to put the pictures up. My sister's taken the glass table and chairs that were here. She's taken those. The only thing she forgot was the wall bracket over there that we were going to give her, but we forgot that was even there. As I was moving some of the boxes back into the fridge, and I will actually show you that, because I know my uncle's probably looking at this right now and thinking, where's the boxes he told me to keep? Here's where they are. They're in here. Oh, that's the wrong light. That's my bathroom light. Damn it. Yeah, they're in here. They're safely in here, dude. They're at the bottom there. Look. There they are. So don't worry, we still have those. We've just put them out of the way so they don't really clutter up the place so much. And when those other boxes move, it'll be pretty much back to normal. So, there we go. There's that out of the way. You're going to hear a thing coming from my bathroom. It's a fan, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's the reason for that. Unfortunately, like I said, the pictures didn't really get to go up on the wall. Like I said, he was here the whole day. That behemoth, which is a great job, by the way, it took up the entire time, and he didn't leave till, 1 in the morning. And he hadn't even slept since he woke up. Now, I know you guys are probably worried, but my uncle is a powerhouse. He works security. So, he's used to like long shifts at night like that. I mean, being up for like over 30 hours is quite insane, but he said to us that he did 3 days without sleep once. So he is kind of a powerhouse. So I unfortunately haven't really heard from him or my nan since. So I'm kind of a little bit worried, but hopefully he got home okay. I mean, I've heard nothing from my nan, so I'm assuming he's okay. I just thought Nan would have checked in telling me that Mark got home safely, but he didn't. She didn't, so I don't know. I'm kind of a little bit worried, but I'm also going to be okay that Nan hasn't rung me panicking down the phone asking where he is. So I'm going to assume he's okay. I'm pretty sure, being away for that long, I'm pretty sure the first thing he did was pull into the first services station and slept. I would not be surprised. But yeah, just check in the comments, dude. Please just let me know you're alright. A little bit worried about you, but Nan hasn't said anything, so I'm assuming you're okay. Fingers crossed. Alright, so back to this. Now, things haven't really changed here. It's more just the placement of everything now. The PlayStation 4 still sticks out. That wasn't really big enough to not stick out. I'll have to move that eventually. The only thing I haven't, as you probably noticed, but the only thing that isn't on is my soundbar. I need to find out where all the connections is for that under this behemoth of wires. It's still pretty high on wires. This is pretty much the life of a semi-hardcore gamer, I suppose, though. You know, it's kind of like the norm for most gamers. Like I said, the wiring was probably got started on, but he never really got to finish it. It was pretty much half one by the time he left. I mean, I was exhausted. I'd been up since like 6 in the morning when he got here. So I pretty much crashed out as soon as he left. So yeah, nothing really has changed here. It's just rather the placement of everything. You may have never seen these statues before. That's Marcus Phoenix from the special edition of Gears of War 3. And that one is the main character from Watch Dogs. I believe his name is Aiden from the special edition of that game. And what a waste of kind of money that was. Well, the edition wasn't, but the game was. I don't think, you didn't meant to win Watch Dogs at E3 and play it now. It's like, gee, this isn't nowhere near the same game that we saw. So that's a bit unfortunate. That proves probably my age as well. But yeah, it's pretty cool having those two guys there. But yeah, Switch, PS4, subwoofers, soundbar, all this all accounted for. This was all here beforehand, so there's nothing really new. The new thing is that new surge protector thing, which has more plugs than mine did. And it's Plug City. It's amazing that we don't run out of electricity on day one. We actually have a pretty good... we have a smart meter, which actually does pretty good at saving energy, which is actually not that bad. We still have to top up quite regularly, but it's not as bad as you would probably think, looking at this lot. So that's pretty much no real changes there. Just really the placement of everything that's different rather than any console changes. This is what you guys were probably waiting for, wasn't it? So let's go over here. Let's start with the chair first. Now, it's not one of these high-top gaming chairs, but I don't need one. Pretty much my only preference was that the gaming chair had wheels, and thankfully it does. This was the only real preference I had. I didn't want a particular company one or anything like that. That would have been way too expensive. So I just went with a gaming chair that looked cool and had wheels, and this was perfect. I did have a gaming chair a long time ago, actually. Before this one, I had one, and it was a gaming chair that had no wheels. It was basically just sitting on a stand that was circle. And it was kind of, I had to move it every time Tom Lady had to pass to use the bathroom if I was recording something. So that was rather unfortunate. So let's start from the top. Dual monitor setup, guys. Freaking awesome. I mean, this is going to be great for PC streaming because now I can have the chat on this screen and the game on this screen. I mean, I've wanted a dual monitor setup for something like that for quite some time. That's kind of why I've kind of gone away from PC streaming. Now it's a cinch. Nowadays, it's an absolute cinch. This is like, oh my god. I literally, when my uncle would set this up, I basically spent the rest of the time just breaking it in. I didn't move. I just explored everything on this thing. It's going to be hard pressed to get me off this, I can tell you. That is insane. Like I said, I'm getting my use out of this. So, yeah. So, Far left here is all Time Lady stuff. It's quite more congested than we thought. I didn't think it would be as close up as this, but I don't think we're going to have much of an issue. If we just move things to the back, she can place our laptop like in the corner here, have a mic right next to it. We need to still figure out how we're going to record everything. We haven't really done that yet. I mean, I've downloaded most of the software and stuff I need, like OBS and stuff, and Discord. I just haven't really had a proper test of it yet. So I'll talk more about that in a minute. So this is actually my old monitor that she's using. It does have sound and speakers and everything. So it is a bit congested, unfortunately. There's not much you could do about that. The table is actually a bit smaller than I thought, but it's actually more longer than bigger, which makes a lot of sense. I'm still not really sure how to get this desktop on this monitor, but I think it doesn't really matter, because what's pretty cool, and you guys already know about a dual monitor setup. So if I boot up the internet here, and you see that, watch this. You guys know how this works, but let me do this. Sorry, I'm gonna have to just so yeah, watch this. Awesome. Now I can just move that over, so I can move the game over to that monitor and have everything like stream chat and stuff like this. If I'm streaming, I can have it on this monitor. So it's going to be an absolute godsend to have that now, and it'll also work for console streaming as well. The only thing I'm probably a bit kind of need to figure out is how I'm going to record commentary, because there's quite a gap here. My mic actually works better right in front of me, so unless I put it on the more wider setting at the back, maybe that'll be the best thing to do. So yeah, that's the widescreen monitor. That's going to be used for everything that isn't a game, and this one for a game, obviously. So let us start from the left and let's go down. This is my new headset. It's nothing really, it's not a fancy company headset like Turtle Beach, but it'll be more than capable of for what I need to do. It looks pretty cool. It's like we've got one of those dials. I think the best thing about this headset is, unlike my PlayStation headset, which picks up a lot of sound in the background, I think it's probably going to be better for kind of mitigating that. So if someone's in the bedroom, you won't really hear other people in the bedroom as much with this headset. So I might even I don't know whether to make that headset my permanent headset for everything, or stick with my PlayStation one for consoles. I'm not sure. I don't know. My uncle, could you let me know if this is actually due for consoles as well, and I could use this like universally? Because if you can, then I might do that in the future. I'll definitely use it for when I'm kind of playing on the PC. I'll just have to make sure the mic's off, so if I'm talking, playing Life is Strange, and then the game pauses, you know what I mean? So hopefully I'll have to turn that off. Microphones, the Blue Yeti microphone. This will all be shown in a child trailer that I'll do later in the year. What was unfortunate about my Nano is you can see there's no wire there. The wire broke. The end of the USB wire that goes into the microphone, it snapped. I have no idea even how or why, because it was way out of the way for a lot of the time. So I guess it got damaged somehow. So that's a bit of a hindrance. But I've already got a replacement on the way. And thank God it was the wire that can be easily replaced on the microphone. That's the one good thing about this. The wire can be replaced easily. I can even find those myself. I did in the end. I bought one, and it's on the way. But yeah, thank God it was that and not the microphone. That's the best thing about this. All right, so these two little gadgets here are. This one is for this. Let me just grab this. So this is for this. Give me a second. Table lights up, guys. It's probably blinding. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, the table lights different colors. Very similar to my PC, which we'll go down to in a second. But yeah, pretty cool. All right, so we'll turn that off. This one is for the soundbar, which you probably can't see very well under all this stuff. There is a soundbar sitting there, so that's all for this one. I think this was going to go to Time Lady in the end, but I think seeing that we moved all her console stuff in here, and she only uses the TV in the bedroom for watching TV, I guess the soundbar had better use here. Which makes sense when you think about it. Keyboard is an awesome keyboard. What was quite funny about my old keyboard is that my uncle pointed out that the keyboard I had originally was a American keyboard with no @ button on it. I always wondered why there was no @ there, but now there is, as you can see. I didn't have that on my old keyboard. So this is an English keyboard, so I'm quite happy about that, but it's actually a British keyboard. That makes me happy. So now everything's all present and accounted for there. And finally, there's a torch there. There's a USB hub that's shaped like a Nintendo controller. That's freaking sick. That was a nice touch. Gaming PC controller. It's basically an Xbox One controller. It's universal. So this is what I'll be using for games like Batman Arkham Origins when I do play that eventually, because that's one of the playthroughs I have planned in the future, aside from Project PC, of course. And this mouse is freaking awesomely shaped, because it reminded me of a beetle or something. So, an actual mouse. I think this might help for... All this gaming stuff might help me with shooters, but I think I'm still going to suck at shooters. I suck at shooters on console, so that's not really a problem. So, there you have it, guys. This is the life of a pro gamer right here. I'm loving this. This is absolutely great. The one thing, like I said, the one thing I gotta do is like download the all the softwares. As you can see, it's kind of in progress. The one thing I will point to before we look at the PC is this. Give me a second. Let's switch hands. There we go. Right. So I'm not going to show this because it has a product ID code, which I'm very sensitive about. But this is basically, as we look at the computer specs down here, these are the specs I know about, right? So it's an Intel R Core TM i7 processor, 6700K, not sure what that means. It's the CPU, okay. CPU at 4 gigahertz, I guess, or 4.1. It says something about that, I don't really know. The RAM is an 8 gig of RAM at DDR4, I believe. My uncle will know better. He'll probably write it in the comments, and then I'll probably send it to the guys who were curious about knowing it, English Avenger and Not Dope Brand, my two friends on Discord. This, obviously, the system is a 64-bit, as you would probably expect with a 64 times based processor. So that's pretty much all those that I know. The graphics card is a 1060. It's a GeForce. I've always had like NVIDIA GeForce since I started gaming PCs back in 2014. Yes. So that's that. As you can see, RGB lights here. 9 USB ports I think this thing has. So as you can probably see, there's still a bunch of wires down there. I don't think it's going to be an issue. I think it should be fine. I've had this kind of thing before. This is the life of a pro gamer. Wires are inevitable, I'm guessing. I say pro gamer, I'm not pro really. That's kind of overselling myself a little bit. I'm definitely not a pro. So here is the PC in all working order. If you guys have been on my Discord, you already kind of know what it looks like. Unfortunately, this is recorded with a tablet, so the quality is not tremendous. It's better than mine. But the solid state there is the one I actually had in my old PC, because as I think I mentioned in the before section, my uncle had a solid state bought for me, but it didn't arrive in time for me to use it. So I thought, well, I might as well use mine, because I'm only using it for the programs I'm installing, and they don't take a lot of space, aside from the Windows 10 operating system. And as you can probably tell, if you guys have been with me and know my videos, look, no active windows in the corners. Let me get rid of that. There you go. So no active windows in the corners, thank goodness. I was able to get an operating system, and I would have had to get the operating system anyway, but mine in the old computer didn't work. I don't know why, because it was the same thing, but obviously with the motherboard replaced. What's the motherboard again? I forgot what the motherboard is. God damn it. My uncle will write it in the comments, and I'll send the whole list on Discord to people, but that's from what I can read right now. I forgot what the motherboard type is and whatever. But yeah, so the solid state is actually mine. There's 2 other hard drives in there. One hard drive for games and one hard drive for my recordings and YouTube videos. So that's nice actually, because now everything is split and easy to find. So thank goodness for that. So yeah, and there's the 7 chaos thing all lit up. Unfortunately, the S doesn't work. I don't know why that is. It was just something we just found when we booted it up. That's rather unfortunate, but you know, I like that. It feels really personal to me now, which is really cool. I mean, not that the last ones were, but now I got a nice personal touch of my own. I didn't make that, by the way. My uncle's friend made it, or he got it made. So special thanks to that guy. I don't know his name, but yeah, that's really freaking cool. So that's pretty much it on all this front. So that's awesome. The one thing I suppose I should show you is what the Tom Lady has done. Not really a lot. As you can see, the wires here are kind of partially done, but unfortunately, my uncle didn't really get to do the whole lot with them before he left, so that was unfortunate. We'll probably get either him later in the year or sometime soon, or my dad to do it. It depends what's quicker, which will probably be my dad doing it because he's right down the road, whereas my uncle is like 4 or 5 hours away. And finally, what Tom Lady's had done, not really a lot, just more of a clear out. She's busy watching Ace Avenger on his stream with the Division 2 right now with Bose headset. I need to get one of those because they're awesome. So the one last thing is what Tom Lady has. It's literally cleared her whole drawers out now. It's literally empty. Her TV is mounted like that, and I think it makes it easier for viewing because she doesn't have to turn her head so much. That's awesome. So yeah, it's pretty much empty here now. So Tom Lady's had another huge hit where everything is empty. All her consoles are like across here, and now she's got none. Which again makes it nice because now when she wants to play something, she can play and have me right next to her to help her or just to talk to. You know, she's not by herself. That's the best thing about this whole entire setup. The only thing we need to really figure out is how we're going to record shit. So I will take a few days to do that. So to that, I don't know if we could stand this up without. I don't want to put the camera on it. Let's. I might just turn things a bit here, which is going to look a bit weird. No, it's going to be difficult, isn't it? Yeah, unfortunately, I can't really stand this up. Oops. So we'll just have to hold it like that. So I'll spin it round. How about that? So yeah. Oops. I'm at an angle now. So. Pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much it for everything now. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about what the deal is. Basically, we're going to take a couple of days or so to kind of figure out what our most comfortable recording situations are going to be. So we're going to take a few days out to do that.
Did you show them the fancy table lights?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I switched them on. I just switched them off afterwards to save electric and everything. So I did that.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you didn't see it, yeah, there's table lights. I'll do it anyway. I'll do it again, just in case. I'm pretty sure I did, but we can see it again. How about that? All right. So again, this is the thing, and you just switch it on, and the lights come on. That's pretty awesome. All right. Yeah. So there we go. So back to that before we kind of double checked if I had it or not. Are we still recording? Yeah, shit. I can't really tell. I don't want to stop recording once I'm holding this. But, yeah. So, like I was saying, we're going to take a few days, probably, or so, to kind of figure out some kinks on how we're going to record stuff. I've still got a couple of FIFA videos to edit, and I'll probably upload those over the next day or so, because they're not very long to do. I actually bought a new videoing software from Steam, because obviously my one that I bought was on my old PC. So I had to buy the one from Steam, which is Vegas Pro. It looks pretty cool. I tried rendering it, and the sound worked, but the screen didn't. So I need to figure out how that is and how that works. I'll just use tutorials to find out what's going on there. Maybe I rendered it wrong in some way. I only rendered the sound and not the the video, which would be really funny. That's probably why it was so fast. Now I think about it, because it was really quick. So I'll upload those couple of videos over the next few days or so. There won't be any playthrough videos yet because, like I said, we're trying to get comfortable. I may jump on stream just to kind of test how the streaming and everything will work. I need to kind of set up OBS to my qualities and everything again, so I need to do that. So yeah, I need to kind of get back into the swing of like getting everything to work, setting OBS up with my alerts and everything. Tama's already done that because she's on a laptop. You know, nothing's really changed for her, but I need to get all my loads back. I need to download all the programs and all that stuff. So that's probably going to take a couple of days. I'm just going to settle in, you know, chill out for a bit. I was really tired at the end of yesterday, I'm telling you. But, yeah, I'm just going to chill out for a couple of days and work this out at my own pace. Videos will return. Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 2 are still the ongoing playthroughs. There will be some videos, like I said. As for the future, Project PC will eventually resume. Actually, the one thing I should mention first is that myself and Tom Lady will have new channel trailers because our setups have really changed drastically now. So we will have new channel trailers with our setup and explaining our entire setup. And that'll be best for me because I need to wait for my Wi-Fi and my microphone to get here. So I'm pretty much without a microphone at the moment, or at least without a wire of one. But yeah, once we get those back, we can work on our channel trailers, explain our setups in more detail, and find our most comfortable recording positions as well and how we're going to do it. To work that out, that'll probably take a few days or so, depending on when my wire gets here and when we get time to do it. Playthroughs will then resume with the continuation of Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 0. They will be ongoing. As for Project PC, I can't give a absolute start date yet. It'll probably be March. I'm not really sure, but I will do Project PC and we will test out this new beast and really get rolling with some actual proper games on it, and it will look awesome because I'm using top quality. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I'm still with the HD 60 originals, so I can't do 4K, which is unfortunate, but, you know, at least it'll sort of look good and I'll actually get some use out of this PC. I've got 3 items on my Steam wishlist that I want for this thing. I've got Resident Evil 2 that I want on the PC version. I've also got Dragon Ball FighterZ and Life is Strange 2, because Life is Strange 2 won't be part of Project PC. And on that, to that scene, I've pretty much got all the pieces I want for it. I picked up the games I was missing. So Project PC will be in full force when that starts up again. And I will explain the setup for that and how it's going to work in better detail when we actually get around to starting it. Because like I said, I'm going to take a few days just to figure out my best recording setup for both sides. But I think with the PC, it's going to be a cinch. But for consoles, it might be a bit difficult with the positioning of everything. But we'll figure it out. We always do. So that's pretty much it for this video. Yeah. So huge thank you to my uncle for doing it. I know it was such a job, dude. Always appreciate everything you've done for me, dude. It's amazing. It's truly amazing, and I'm lost for words because, you know, I wouldn't have expected this. You know, it's not something I really asked for. You know, I only wanted some certain things. It ended up changing completely. So I'm a bit emotional right now because it was just such an effort, and I'm so happy about it. I'm so happy with it, and I know you didn't get to finish everything, dude. Don't feel bad about it. It's not your fault. The whole thing took the whole day. You know, it just can't be helped. You've got to go home at some point. You've got to get no sleep. But yeah, I'm more than happy with all this, dude, to be honest. If you want to come around and do it at some point, you can do, but don't really worry about it. I think my dad or my sisters can sort it out. You know, it's not something you have to worry about. So don't worry yourself about that too much. And again, huge thank you for the effort. Write the specs down in the comments so I can give it to some people, because like I said, a couple of friends of mine were curious, and I don't think I explained it in great detail what it was, because, you know, I'm not really good at explaining this sort of thing. But yeah, huge thank you, dude. I'm so appreciative of it. I love it. I absolutely love it. You're probably going to be hard pressed to get me off this thing now. Like I said, I'm going to make use of it because this effort deserves it. Even though I might not be a PC gamer, I do have a controller for it, and maybe I can adapt to mouse and keyboard, who knows. But I'll have to wait to be seen, but I will get some use out of this, man. And I think the effort deserves it as much as anything else. Alright guys, so I'm out for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the grand tour to, you know, discount TV program. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys like it. I certainly love it, and yeah, I feel like an actual proper gamer at some point now. Just without getting paid for it, obviously, because it's not a partnership. But alright guys, I'm going a bit too long, I'm sorry about that, but I will see you in due course as the return videos will conclude. I will obviously jump into some streams with some friends, so I'll be about now. And we'll get work on those channel trailers, we'll get work on getting playthroughs back as soon as possible. So, for the 7 chaos of YouTube, Twitch TV, and Mixer.com, this is full time Lady Games of all those sites. This is 7 chaos signing off. You know what to do. Follow, subscribe, and all the good stuff. Peace out, guys. Stay awesome.